Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, we exited the simulation and discovered Miu's body. She was clawing at her own throat. It was actually quite a disturbing scene, to be honest. And now we can begin the investigation. I'm so excited for this because, to be completely honest, out of the remaining students, I'm like, I don't want to say I don't view any of them as murderous. You know what, we're going to go through them. So I don't think that Gonta or Himiko could have done this. Neither of them are murderous. It simply isn't in their personalities. I don't think it would make any sense for them to have done this. Kaito, for as much as I hate the guy, I don't think he will ever become the Blackened. I think he is much more likely to become a victim. Personally, how I see this going, considering that Kokichi wants Shuichi to be his friend, we saw that scene at the end of the last episode where Kokichi was like, oh, I'd strangle someone to get them to like me. Personally, how I see this going, I think that Kokichi is going to kill Kaito in Chapter 5. I think he's going to kill him off. We're going to go through the trial. We're going to prove that Kokichi did it. And then Monokuma is going to reveal, actually, he was sick. All you had to do was wait. All you had to do was wait, and he was going to die all in his own, and you wouldn't be being executed right now. And I think Kokichi is going to lose his shit. I think that's what's going to happen there. Maki, I'm going to come back to. Kibo was the only one who actually liked Miu. He was the only one who actually liked her. I don't think it makes any sense that he would have killed her. And Samugi, I think she's the most likely to be the traitor. Or the mastermind, whatever you want to call it. So I don't think she would have done it. Going back to Maki, I don't think that Maki would kill someone, but I do think that she would defend herself. And as such, going into this, I think my theory is that, because Miu was up to something. Miu was acting suspiciously. I think she was going to kill someone. The way she was so desperate to get everyone into the simulation, she's insisting, oh, don't worry. I got rid of everything that could kill someone. There's totally no way that anyone could die. Just trust me on this. Okay, I've separated the groups. I've thrown the sign down the river. I've got everyone separate. I think she was trying to kill someone. And I think she picked Maki because in the simulation, everyone was at equal strength. And I think she thought, oh, I can take her. I can take her now. But Maki had her training. So I think that's what's happened here. I think Maki has killed Miu in self-defense. That is my theory going into this, because I'm just like, there are some people I'm like, well, they simply couldn't be the Blackened. Like Gonta, Himiko, Kibo, and Samugi, I'm like, they simply couldn't be the Blackened. It's not in their personality. So I'm looking at Maki and I'm like, did you? First, I should check the Monokuma file. The victim is the ultimate inventor, Miu Iruma. The body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor. Okay, 6:30 a.m. Approximate time of death is 6:30 a.m. There are no external wounds on the body. Yeah, I'm looking at the image of her in the lower right-hand corner. Again, that's where you'd normally get there was an injury here, but there's nothing. There's nothing. No external wounds. Killed around 6:30 in the morning. The time of death happened 30 minutes before now, while we were still in the virtual world. Kokichi, what do you want? You don't have to be so wary of me. It's not like I'm gonna get in your way, Shuichi. I hate lies so much that I tend to suspect others a lot. Bullshit. Kaito said he wouldn't team up with you for this case, but I can't trust those words.
So that means?
That's why I'm keeping an eye out, just in case he tries to bother you. If you hate liars, then why don't you hate Shuichi, considering that you know he's lied multiple times in the trials? Again, Kokichi, you're the biggest liar of them all, and you're lying right now. Keeping an eye out.
It's true.
Don't take it the wrong way, though. I'm not trying to replace Kaido as your partner, okay?
All right.
But I'll help you as much as I can. So where are you gonna investigate now? What is he up to? Why is he following me? Monokuma File 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Okay, well, first things first. Hello. Miu's hands are clasped around her neck as if she were gasping for air. Her eyes are wide open in panic. She must have suffered quite a bit.
Wow.
Ew, that is one grody face. Miu must have suffered a lot. A vulgar death fit for a vulgar bitch.
Hey!
Stop, Kokichi. Even if you're joking, that's too far.
It's nothing.
You're right. You should never speak ill of the dead, no matter how much you hated them.
Right?
Even if she was a despised, pathetic, dirty cum toilet of a person. Jesus Christ! I suppose I'll never get Kokichi to change.
But
what's Miu's cause of death? It doesn't say in the Monokuma file. May I? I wanted to let you know, just in case it turns out to be a clue.
By the way.
I was the first one to log out and find Miu's body. Was her headset still on? That's my biggest question. Okay, there we go. She was still wearing the helmet and her body was contorting into this awful position. Maki logged out after I did, and she helped me take Miu's helmet off. And then she was gone.
Hey!
Is that a confession?
Why?
How is that a confession? Anyway, the question is the cause of death. What caused her to suffer like this? Miu's corpse has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Well, I'd suggest strangulation. Again, this was originally a killing simulator, and I highly doubt that you couldn't die in it. Personally, I think someone, Maki, I'm looking at you. I think someone choked her out from behind. Or maybe, you know, got her in a headlock and choked her out. Then again, Maki is a professional assassin. If anyone would be able to choke someone out and not kill them, it would be Maki. I would assume that Maki is good enough that she would be able to defend herself, knock someone out, and not kill them. I can't see Maki getting so into it. Because it's not like Maki is an assassin because she loves murdering. She's an assassin because she wants money to be sent to the orphanage. If it was a case of like, oh, I'm an assassin because I love stabbing bitches, then I'd be like, oh yeah, you would absolutely lose control. You'd defend yourself and you'd get a bit too into it and you'd choke a bitch out. Maki isn't murderous in that way. Again, it's just the fact I'm like, I don't know who else. I reckon that Kokichi is going to kill Kaito in chapter 5. And of the remaining people, I'm like, none of the others make sense. Keep an open mind, Callista. That is what we have to do. We have to keep an open mind and we have to see where the clues lead. But my gut instinct is like Maki. Maki acting in self-defense. Miu's corpse has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Can we... Yeah, I want to look at the... I swear something came up saying visor. You know what? Let me... Okay, so it's right there behind This is the device we wore on our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, others have them removed. I'm positive that they were unplugged after logging out. Ah, that's it, the cords. We were supposed to plug the 2 cords from the computer into our helmets. The red for consciousness, the blue for memory. I still think that's important. If you got those mixed up, out of curiosity, what happens if you switch the cords? I don't know, I've never done that before. Probably gets all glitchy or something. Maybe you'll become a vegetable. Maybe you'll body swap with someone, who knows? A glitch. Device instructions has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Yeah.
Mommy!
He's so sad. Excuse me, there we go. We'll just talk with everyone. I never thought Mew would be killed. When I saw her avatar there, not moving, I thought maybe, but...
You're right.
That's right, you saw that Mew's avatar in the virtual world had stopped moving. Me, Kibo, and Maki all found her avatar.
Hey!
Can you tell me more about that? Any details? We were looking for the secret of the outside world at the chapel.
Hey!
Mew was too, right?
No.
No, Mew volunteered to look around the outside of the chapel, so she wasn't with us. Okay, so if Maki stayed with the group, then that would make it impossible for her to have snuck off. Someone would have noticed. Okay. Okay. No, Mew volunteered to look around the outside of the chapel, so she wasn't with us. Mew volunteered to look around outside because she was up to stuff. She was up to shit. We searched, but we couldn't find anything. Then right when we were starting to get tired, all of a sudden we heard a really loud sound outside. That must be the sound I heard as well. Something must have hit the wall of the chapel really hard. We felt it all the way from inside. Something hitting the chapel wall? So we all rushed outside to check the side of the chapel, and we found Mew's avatar. That's when you went to log out to check Mew's real body, correct?
But
when we went to the river, the bridge was gone for some reason.
jeez.
Then, while we were standing around wondering what to do, you guys showed up.
Thank you.
I see, thank you.
Oh.
That testimony sounded important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river. You're coming at this from a... Kokichi, you're trying to set the cat amongst the pigeons again. He's coming at this from a, oh, well, only people on that side of the river could have done this. But if all 3 of them, it was 3 of them, right? Kibo, Maki, and Himiko. Yeah, it was 3 of them. If the 3 of them were together, then unless the 3 of them are all in on it, which again, doesn't make sense, for Kibo at least, I'm like... The fact that Kokichi is setting this up as like, oh, this sounds important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river, therefore it's one of them. I'm like, are you involved? But they wouldn't kill off Kokichi yet. He's the Nagito analog. Like, he is either going to be killed off in Chapter 5, either as the blackened or the victim, or he's going to make it through to the end. They're not going to kill him off in Chapter 4, so I'm like, I don't think you did it, but why are you acting like this? Why are you trying to implicate them so much? I get it. He is a shit. He is an absolute shit. He could just be trying to stir the pot. That testimony sounded important, especially about how they couldn't cross the river.
Because?
Because if they weren't able to cross, then no one could have gone between the mansion and the chapel. Then this helps us narrow down the people who could have come into contact with Mew. Who could have come into contact with Mew at the chapel? Events at the chapel has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. I don't trust this. No, was that... No, I didn't... No, I didn't want... Okay, so something's off about that. Mew was always so lazy. Why would she volunteer for that? Because she was up to shit. She was up to shit. Yeah, I wanted Gonta, not Himiko again. Okay, no, Gonta. There we go.
Hey,
Gonta, are you all right?
you're so dumb.
Are you still depressed about Mew? Come on, don't be such a Debbie Downer.
By the way,
Oh, Gonta, I want to know what you think. Rare, I know, but who do you think is the culprit?
Gonta don't know.
Gonta not know. Murder already happened when Gonta wake up.
How'd this happen?
But why this happened? Why Mew killed? Gonta not understand. Gonta not understand anything.
How can this be?
But Gonta frustrated and sad. Gonta no could protect Mew. He seems all over the place right now. Aw, man, he can't think at all when he's like this.
it's true.
But Gonta doesn't seem to be lying. I'm pretty sure he's telling us the truth. Well, I guess a big dum-dum like Gonta doesn't have the brains to lie in the first place. He's the ultimate entomologist. He's an expert in books. Stop it.
Hey,
Don't talk about him like that.
I'm disappointed.
I'm so disappointed in you, Gonta. When I first met you, I thought you'd be more useful. Punt him! Punt him into the stars! Into the sun! End this man!
Sorry.
Don't apologize! He's an asshole! Why?
Gonta, idiot.
Gonta so sorry. Gonta sorry he no could protect Mew. Gonta.
Hey,
If you feel that bad about it, then stop blaming yourself. Help us find the culprit instead. This is the culprit's fault anyway, so pull yourself together and help us, okay? Okay, Gonta understand.
Gonta do his best.
Gonta do his best to find culprit. Gonta definitely do his best this time.
yeah,
Yup, now that's the spirit. Now Kokichi is encouraging him? I really don't know what Kokichi is thinking. I guess I'll talk to you.
That's right.
Shuichi, I gotta explain, just so you don't misunderstand. Explain what? You're talking about how you logged out by yourself, right? Okay, let's hear it then.
what?
Why are you?
Yeah,
Feel free to lie, of course. Exposing lies is the real pleasure of this game after all.
Don't screw around.
Huh? What?
hey,
Kaito, just ignore him and talk to me, okay?
I mean,
About the whole logging out thing, I don't really get it myself. When I was looking for the secret of the outside world on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. I was suddenly sucked in, and before I knew it, I was logged out. The same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How did that happen on the roof? I mean, my first thought is that who was in the salon at the time? Kokichi. Question. Did anyone try saying someone else's name when they logged out? Is that a glitch in the system that you can just say a name and that person logs out? It doesn't have to be that person on the phone saying their own name. That would be my biggest question, because Kokichi was in the salon. He had to be responsible for that. I can't see someone else coming into the salon and Kokichi covering for them. Or at least not covering for them full time. He might cover for them and then throw them under the bus in the class trial, but as of right now, I have no evidence other than Kokichi was in the salon. Therefore, I'm like, okay, he's got to be responsible for this, but why? We know that Kokichi doesn't like Kaito. If there would be anyone he would try and frame for a murder, it would be him. But in that case, that means that Kokichi knew about the murder. Could someone be working with him? Kokichi is a shit stirrer. This makes things more exciting, so I could see him do that. But again, out of the current cast, I'm like, no one would do that. No one trusts him. No one here is outright murderous. So who would do that? No one. The same thing happened when I used the phone to log out. How did that happen on the roof? And what happened after you logged out?
So...
Everyone else was still logged in, but I didn't know if it was okay for me to log back in. So I just went to my room and slept. Since it was dawn, I was pretty tired. And the body discovery announcement woke you up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I heard it and rushed back here.
Hey.
Do you remember what condition Mew's body was in when you logged out?
My bad.
Nah, I didn't pay attention to that, so I don't know. You didn't notice anything wrong? Like whether she was dead or not?
Shut up!
Like I said, I don't know.
Okay,
sorry. So, I just need to object to the contradiction in that testimony, right?
Don't screw around!
I said I'm not lying! Tell him, Shuichi!
Shuichi.
No, Shuichi, in order to find the truth, you can't be biased. Kaito's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I mean, if she was contorting and grabbing at her neck, you'd think that Kaito would notice that. You'd think he'd take a look over and be like, oh shit, why is Mew grabbing at her neck? I'm inclined to say that she was probably fine when he logged out. Kaito's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. There are things, like I said, out of everyone, the person I find most likely to have done this would be Maki, but only out of self-defense. But again, Maki is skilled enough that I think she'd be able to defend herself without killing. And in which case, again, why wouldn't Maki say, hey, Mew actually tried to kill me, I defended myself, but I left her alive? You know, if she did get a bit too into it, then yeah, I understand why she wouldn't say anything then, but I have questions. I have so many questions. Maki was working on the computer, her hand moving the mouse around rapidly. You know how to work that computer, Maki?
Nope.
No, not really. I've never used this program before either. I see. I imagine that it would be difficult to understand unless you were an expert.
Well...
But I did find the text file regarding the program. It has info about the program's basic features, but other than that, there's not much. Oh, so what did it say? you don't want to tell me, at least tell it to Shuichi. According to this text file, the Killing Game Simulator used a certain program as the base. It's called Neo World Program. Neo World Program? Never heard of it.
Well...
In this Killing Game Simulator, objects can't break. Your body's 5 senses are connected to your avatar, and your avatar cannot be harmed. But any damage inflicted on your avatar will be transferred to your body in the real world. That matches what you told us.
That's true.
If your avatar receives fatal damage, then your real body will die from shock.
Huh?
From shock?
Oh.
Oh, this is the first time we're hearing about this. And why wouldn't you tell us that? Why wouldn't you tell us that? Because she was plotting to kill someone and someone got the better of her. This is like the first case in the first game. Someone was plotting to kill someone and the other person said, no thank you. Not today, bitch. Oh, this is the first time we're hearing about this. If someone receives a fatal injury in the virtual world, then they die in the real world. Well, your 5 senses are connected, so it makes sense that you'd feel the same amount of pain.
Right?
So, it wouldn't be too surprising if you died from the fatal injury.
Oh, man.
But the more important question is, why did Mew keep such an important detail a secret? That is strange. I have no idea why she wouldn't mention such an important detail. If she was planning to kill someone, then she wouldn't mention it. Did she hide that from us on purpose?
Well...
That's all it says about the virtual world's basic features. The rest of the virtual world is the same as the real world, including the laws of physics. Warps and special transportation, like mounts, do not exist.
I see.
So, you can only move around using your avatar.
How boring.
She should have added warps and mounts to the virtual world. That's all it says in this text file.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maki. That was very helpful. Killing Game Simulator has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad.
But,
is the info in the text file correct?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
nuh-uh.
I'm not doubting you or anything, Maki, but I'm just saying that file could have been rewritten. It's possible someone rewrote the original info with false info, you know.
But
to determine that, you would need extensive knowledge of computers.
It's my time to shine!
This looks like a job for me!
Huh?
What?
Stop it.
Don't get in our way. I won't get in the way! In fact, I want you to let me help with the investigation!
Hey.
'Cause he thinks she was his mom! Oh, bless! Bless you, Monotaro! Help with the investigation? Monotaro, what are you saying?
Hey!
Come on, please! Won't you let me help with the investigation? Ever since I forgot I'm bad with computers, I'm good with computers now! Amazing logic.
What are you talking about?
That logic doesn't make any sense.
No way!
You can't, Monotaro. We're not allowed to help the participants. As mascots, we gotta stick to that rule.
I don't care!
I don't give a fart about the rules. I want to help everyone. I want to avenge my dead mommy.
Huh?
Your mommy? You mean Mew?
Not that!
No, Monotaro, you've forgotten again. You've forgotten that she's not our mother.
I want you.
And you've forgotten about the important person you need to protect. Shut up, you pig! I'm busy avenging Mommy's death! How sad, but it looks like this is goodbye. I love you, but there's someone I need to protect. Goodbye.
So long. Farewell.
Oh.
Um,
We can't skip over that. We can't skip over that. I have questions. I have many, many questions. Alrighty then, let's do this.
Huh?
Do what?
So what?
I don't care either way. If you want to help, then that's fine. True, I suppose, but
thanks.
thanks! I'll do my best for Mommy's sake.
No.
Wait, perhaps we should... He's doing his best for his dead mommy. I'm so touched. Oh.
Okay.
All right, fine, I'll leave it to you then. I suppose I have no choice.
All right.
All right! I'll start analyzing the computer right away.
Yeah!
Is this how you analyze a computer? I'm not tech savvy. I don't know if this is right.
This stinky little computer is no match for my hands.
Yeah. His hands are going at such an intense speed that the friction is creating fire.
All right.
I've already analyzed a few things.
Huh?
Already?
Okay.
The text file is consistent with the original program. It doesn't look like it was altered.
Yay!
Also, I found this too.
Is this...
This looks like the information of when everyone logged in and out. Okay. Yes, so Kaito logged out. Like an hour and a half before everyone else, and then I'm looking. So there's a 2-minute gap between Shuichi and Tsumugi logging out. However, once I hold up. I'm gonna carry on with my thoughts. So there's a 2-minute gap between Shuichi and Tsumugi. However, Kokichi stopped us. Okay, that makes sense. But then there's a 2-minute gap between Kokichi and Shuichi. I'm like, what was Kokichi doing in those 2 minutes? It doesn't take 2 minutes to walk up to the phone, be like, Kokichi, whatever your name is. And the other thing that catches my attention is that there's a 2-minute gap between Mew logging in and Kokichi and Gonta logging in. What was Mew doing in those 2 minutes? This looks like the information of when everyone logged in and out.
Okay.
There's no sign that this was altered either. It's definitely accurate information.
Hey.
Could you show it to me? It really does have everyone's log in and log out times recorded.
Well...
Aside from Mew, everyone has logged in and out once.
You're right.
Then it would appear that no one secretly logged out and then logged back in. Then my main concern becomes... Kaito. He logged out ahead of us. No, it couldn't be him. Login, log out record has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Also, there's something else I noticed while I was analyzing the program.
So,
It looks like some parts of the program were rewritten.
Huh?
The program's been rewritten?
Oh.
Obviously, Mew was the only person capable of doing that.
hey,
So, which files did she rewrite and what did she change?
okay.
I'll analyze that, of course, but it's gonna take a little time.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's done by the class trial, then Shuichi will be able to avenge Mew. He's just saying whatever he pleases.
All right!
All right! Then I'll keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. You're so reliable.
That's true.
Yeah, way more than you. I'ma leave you. I've been wondering, what was this secret of the outside world that we were searching for anyway? That's true, we got sidetracked by Mew's murder case. We never discovered what that secret actually was. We couldn't find anything at the chapel, and you found nothing at the mansion, right?
Okay.
No, Samugi and I didn't find anything.
My bad.
I didn't find anything either. That's probably the same with Kaido and Gonta too, right?
Right?
And knowing them, if they would have found something, they would have told us right away.
Yeah.
Yes, they would have, unlike you.
Whoa.
Wow! Shuichi, did you hear that? The robot's being sassy with me.
That's so mean.
Did you know robots don't need warm blood to function, so they become cold like this? That's why he's more concerned about the secret of the outside world than poor Mew. He told us he couldn't cry even if he wanted to. He went so far to stage his dramatic reaction.
That's wrong.
That's not true. I'm hoping we can discover the truth too.
Oh.
You're a pretty advanced robot. You can be sassy and make excuses. Stop picking on him. Kibo's done nothing wrong.
Like I thought.
It ended up like this after all. I had a bad feeling ever since I thought I saw Mew from the dining room window. You thought you saw Mew?
Ah.
Yeah, I told Shuichi about it. There's a small window in the dining room. Maybe 10 minutes ago I looked through it, and I thought I saw Mew. Oh, so you saw Mew then? I thought I must have been mistaken, since she should have been by the chapel. You're only saying you were mistaken, so you don't have to feel as guilty.
What?
Huh?
Because?
If you had been positive it was Mew, then you could have done something sooner. You could have prevented her death, you know.
Hey!
That's just speculation, Kokichi. You can't judge in hindsight.
My bad.
Oh, we went a little off topic there. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. What did you do after you thought you saw Mew? I thought I was mistaken, but it really bothered me, so... About 10 minutes later, I told Shuichi, and while we were talking about it... Ah! What? What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but... We heard a loud noise and rushed out into the entrance hall. For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no! What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close. The fact that they both face that way, I mean, towards the picture with the flowers. We've seen the map, but the fact that we could hear this from all the way over here and the sound appeared to be coming from that direction, if this world was circular, then that would mean the chapel would be right next door effectively. You just can't reach it. That's my thought. But then again, loading point. Sound doesn't travel through that, or at least I believe that's what they said. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
Huh?
Kibo's voice, huh? Wasn't he at the chapel?
Okay.
He was, but Samugi and I are positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because you shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and the mansion. Even you said that. Yeah, you can't hear anything at all while you're inside the map loading point.
I see.
You're right. That sound shouldn't reach through the map loading point. You know, I think I was maybe onto something. I think, yeah, sound can't travel through the map loading point, but if the map is round, if it is a sphere, yeah, there's a block off, but it's not a loading point. Sound might be able to travel through. You're right. The sound shouldn't reach through the map loading point. So how did we hear Kibo's voice? How were we able to hear Kibo at the mansion if he was at the chapel?
That's...
Maybe someone's lying.
What?
Lying?
Hey,
By the way, Kokichi, did you hear the loud noise or Kibo's voice at all?
Ah.
I'm not sure. I must have not noticed because I was too busy searching.
Ugh.
You're lying to his face. Kaito.
Hey.
Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something?
Don't screw around.
Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Shuichi's conversation.
huh?
My conversation?
Ah.
You heard Kibo's voice when it should have been impossible. Can you tell me more about that? Well, what I said before was pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened. We saw Gonta as we left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. That's when we met up with Kokichi.
Yeah.
And that's when we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it, though? Did you notice anything? I suppose not.
But...
I see you're working hard. It looks like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito.
Shut up!
Samugi's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Here's the thing, we're only going to get so many clues here. The majority of clues are gonna be in the simulation. We need to head back there. Loud noise has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay, so we also have Monotaro. Let me just check in with him. Hey there. I know you're busy with the computer, but I want to go over what we learned from investigating the program. Okay, so this is...
Okay.
Is this just going to repeat what we learned before? Oh, you want to use this computer? Go right ahead. All right, first, what program information was listed in that text file? According to the file... Okay, yeah, so this is just going over...
Okay.
Yeah, she was hiding that on purpose. The fact that we're also being told physics are also the same. Why point that out? Okay, yeah, we can... We can skip through this. Yeah, I just thought he might have something else to say. Oh, all finished? Alright, then I'll keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. I'll let you know when I find something. Okay, now can we... Let's look at the computer itself. From what the time of death indicated in the Monokuma file, Mew was killed while we were still in the virtual world. And... yeah, it's looking... Oh, no, excuse me. I wasn't trying to leave. I wanted to exit out of that. Yeah, I think it's just... Hello? Hello? I didn't even see... I was busy looking at the helmets. Okay, hello? There's something on the seat. It's a small bottle. I feel as though I've seen this before.
Oh?
This comes from our lab, doesn't it? Who was sat there, though? I want to say it was Kokichi. I want to say that Kokichi was sat opposite Mew at the very end, but I can't recall. I think I used that image for a thumbnail, so I might be able to find that very easily, but oh. This is yours, right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Mine? No, I guess it's not yours, but it is from your lab.
Ah.
That's right, this was in the Ultimate Detectives lab.
Right?
Yeah, it's that poison. So you know about this, Kokichi? Of course, because I already checked it. We are in a killing game, you know. If there's poison and tricks prepared, then of course I'd investigate them ASAP.
That's...
Is that... Oh, it's not so I can use them. I check in case someone else uses them. Is that really true? No.
By the way.
By the way, did you see the label on the back of this bottle?
Huh?
The label. According to the warnings here, this poison is pretty lethal. It becomes neutralized once it's mixed, so it has to be taken directly. But when it's taken directly, the victim will immediately die, even if they only sip a bit. Which means you could get the victim's mouth open, you could kill them instantly. I can't imagine a better method of killing someone who's logged in.
By the way.
By the way, I should tell you what symptoms this poison causes. It causes small blood vessels under the conjunctiva to explode, which makes the whites of your eyes turn blood red. Bloodshot eyes, that's important information. Well, that's everything about this poison. Am I doing a good job? Maybe it's time you acknowledge me as your partner.
No.
I thought I remembered you saying that you didn't want to be my partner. Did I? Well, sometimes I lie without thinking about it.
Huh?
Seriously.
Anyway,
who brought this poison? Do you think the culprit did it? Who brought the poison? I can't be certain yet. Yeah, I was right. Kokichi was opposite Mew. But I do know that the poison was left on that person's chair. Small bottle of poison has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Okay, and with that, I am going to bring this episode to a close. In the next one, here's the thing, I feel we need to go back into the simulation. There's no point investigating the school. The murder didn't happen there. It happened in the simulation. The fact that she's clawing at her neck, I think someone strangled her. I think they choked her out and she was clawing at her neck in real life to try and get it off, but obviously she couldn't. We need to go back into the simulation. We need to go back in. Either way, maybe we'll do that in the next episode, I'm not quite sure. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.